Hello everyone, so today we're just starting off on an overnight adventure down the Tim River. Hopefully we'll be able to catch some fish and see some wildlife. So we're going to go down the river and get this trip started. Just up ahead here, the one and only portage of the trip, and it's a short one, 120 meters. Just going to hop down to the river at the end of the portage here, see if there's any fish at the bottom of the rapids. So once you get past that portage, the Tim River gets really narrow and a lot shallower. Really nice. Hopefully we'll see some moose or some other sort of wildlife down the river. Looks like there's a beaver dam here. You can just go down. So I've never done this section of the Tim River before, but it's got a lot of beaver dams and a lot of obstacles. Here's another one. This one, come on, cruise over maybe? Nope, we are stuck. Big beaver dam, it's a big drop. So, sun is shining, it's getting nice and warm now. I had to take off the jacket, but I'm wearing this bright yellow shirt and look like a big bright banana in the middle of the forest. So, the moose are gonna see me from a mile away. Okay, so this is Rosebary Lake. So this is our home for the night. So just looking at the map here, we're gonna try to see if we can go over and check out this campsite over at the north side, or this one over on the point here. So these two should have a good vantage point to the south, which is where we're going to be able to see the Milky Way tonight. It is going to be very nice clear skies, so hopefully we'll get some good stargazing in, and maybe we can even sleep out on the beach if there is one, or on the rock. Okay, let's go and check out the campsites. Just paddling across Rosebary Lake right now. Wind is picking up and we're looking for a campsite. The first one on the north side is taken, so we'll go see if the other one on the point is taken. So that looks like the campsite right ahead. Looks nice and flat, quite open inside. Water access does not look so great though, but let's go up and take a look. Alright, let's go check out this campsite together. It's really flat, really nice and open. Very nice. Got some twigs to start up a fire. Logs to sit on, a nice little table grill, a table. I think this will do nicely for now. Maybe we'll have a little bit of lunch. It is 11:53 right now. And then decide on if we want to go back out to look for another campsite. It is. Okay, so it is a little bit windy, so I am going to set up a temporary tarp shelter so that we can have a nice area to cook. So I'm just going to use this hiking pole and set it up right behind me here. Okay, so the key to the tarp tent is to lay it out nice and flat. You're going to take the corner here and see the first tie out and the second tie out, so you're going to move the corner to where the second tie out is. Okay, take that in, and then do the same to the other side. Alright, now that we got the corners all staked out, we're going to take our hiking pole that we found, and we're going to take our safety kit from our boat. We're going to put this inside to keep the inside of the tarp from getting all scraped up. We're going to go under the tarp and we are going to prop it up. Alright, now that we got the general shape done, we're going to just pull out the front guy line, and then we are going to tie back the two sides. So this one here, these hooks, they do have a hook on the end of this line lock. So just gonna use that, hook it, and stake it down. And the same to this side. And just like that, we have our tarp tent shelter set up. We're gonna go inside, take a look, and then get our stuff out and have a little bit of lunch. So there's actually a lot of room in here. You can see it's very high. I can easily sit right here beside the pole and have a ton of room above me. If I need to lie down, I could do that. But it's just temporary for us to get out of the wind a little bit and have an area to cook. So for lunch today, we have naan, cheese, and some pepperoni. Gonna heat them all up on the alcohol stove, and then it'll be kind of like a mini pizza. So, gonna finish it off with some bacon bits. Yeah, it's a more than a little bit. All right, a little bit of melted cheese with pepperoni, bacon, and naan. Let's go inside our tarp tent and enjoy our meal. Oh, it's just a little bit burnt on the bottom. That's okay. Very good. It's delicious. And being out of the wind is just a bonus. Alright, so we'll have this lunch. And then we'll take a look to see if it's still windy outside on the water. And if it is, we'll hang out at this camp for a little bit longer. If it's not, we'll go and explore Rosebary Lake. Going to go out for a paddle around the lake and explore. Gonna leave my tarp tent here. And if we find any other better campsites, then we'll come back and collect our tarp tent. Otherwise, this site will do for the night. And off we go. A little bit wavy out here still, a little windy. Pulling up to a campsite right now. Looks pretty good. Let's go up and take a look at it. So this campsite here is in a hardwood forested area. You can see all of the leaves have fallen off the deciduous trees here. This campsite is more sheltered from the wind, but I don't think it's going to get as good of a view of the Milky Way and the stars just because of the direction that it's facing. So I think we're going to head back over to our site and look for some firewood and get ready for the evening. It's a very nice beach. Probably good for some stargazing later tonight if we paddle out here. You can see that there are moose tracks. So maybe if we wait a little bit later tonight, we'll be able to see a moose in the evening. Just gonna walk down the beach here a little bit and then go back to the boat. Back to our campsite. Alright, time to go get some firewood. Got our fixed blade knife and we got our saw. Let's go look for a standing dead tree. So it's kind of hard to tell what is standing dead and what is actually alive because there's no leaves on the trees. It's gonna make it a little bit more difficult. But we'll see which one has a green bark and which one has a dry bark. Maybe that's the way we'll find a dead tree. That one's dead, but it's way too big. So it was a little bit hard to find a standing dead tree, but I think I found one right here. You see the bark is gone from the bottom and looks pretty dead up there. Half of it's gone. So we'll cut this one up and we'll take it back to the site. All right, tree's down. Bring it back. So just batoning this wood down. Alright, all our wood is prepped and ready for this evening. So let's go and set up our sleep system for tonight. So for today's sleep system, we're going with the Bivy. So we have the Outdoor Research Helium Bivy here. We're going to put our sleeping bag inside and our sleeping mat. So we will get that all set up. I wasn't planning on sleeping underneath the tarp today because there's not going to be a single cloud in the sky. It's supposed to be clear all night. So I wanted to do a little bit of cowboy camping and be able to look up at the stars. So we're going to set up the bivy and put it right here, right beside the fire pit. So there is a pole that we can insert into the bivy to keep it suspended over our head. So I was going to do that. Sleep system is set up. I'm going to take down the tarp now, so we have one less thing to do tomorrow morning. So we got our bivy set up, we took down our tarp, and now we're just sitting down and taking a closer look at the map. So on the map here, it says that there's only brook trout and lake trout in the Tim River and in Tim Lake and Rosebary Lake. So it's October right now, so those two species are out of season. So even if we catch one, we can't keep it. So no point in fishing right now or even tomorrow. So we're just going to start up the fire and have a little bit of dinner. Took a little while for it to catch, but fire. So, went through my drink stash, and tonight we're having hot apple cider. For dinner tonight, we have garlic bread, and we have dehydrated spaghetti. We also have a sausage to go with it. So, let's get this all on the fire and cooked up. Water's boiling. Dinner's ready. So we have our spaghetti, we have our sausage, and we have our garlic bread. Let's try this apple cider. It's pretty good. Next time I gotta bring some rum. I think it would go pretty good with this. Really good. That's one of the great things about a overnight trip where you don't really have to do any portaging. You can bring a ton of food and just gorge. Oh, this garlic bread is really good. So, we're going to finish dinner, and then we're going to go hang up the food bag in the forest in the back somewhere. A lot of trees and a lot of branches for us to choose from, so it should be pretty easy. And then the sun should be down around 6:30, maybe 7. It's 5:49 right now, and we should be able to start to see some stars come up. Hopefully we'll be able to see the Milky Way around 9:30 tonight and take some photos. Maybe we'll go out for a nighttime paddle as well. Alright, paddled out from camp. Just gonna go for a nighttime paddle and look for a good place to stargaze. The campsite's not that great for that because there's a lot of trees at the waterfront that block the view. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna go over to the beach where we were this afternoon, and that had a nice wide open vista, so we'd be able to see the stars. I also brought my bivy along, rolled it up, and put it in the back of the boat so we can stay there for a little bit longer in case it gets cold. So let's go over to the beach and we will do some stargazing. We're set up, just gonna wait for the Milky Way to show up behind us and we'll take some pictures. So, brought my bivy, blew up my sleeping pad, and just gonna sit here on the beach for a bit. And then we'll paddle back over to the campsite when we're done. Alright, we are done with the astrophotography. It is now 8:45. We're gonna paddle back over to the campsite and set up that fire again. It's pretty wavy and windy out, so I'm gonna have to be careful. It's really dark out. Let's see, are we getting any closer? I think our campsite's here. Is it? We are back. So like I mentioned earlier, I took my bivy out with me to stargaze, And because we paddled out, I didn't want to leave my sleeping bag and sleeping mat at the campsite just in case anything happened. I'd be able to get into my sleeping bag. Alright, so very easy. I just literally just rolled it right up. So I'm gonna unroll it here at camp. And we just gotta blow back up the sleeping pad. That's relatively easy to do. Okay, air mattress is blown up and the Bivy's ready to go again. Just having a cup of chamomile tea now and sitting beside the fire, and then we're probably gonna go to bed. Really wanted to do an easier trip this time around because we've been doing hard trips all year long. So just wanted to do a easy trip where you just paddle down the river and paddle back. So yeah, 13 kilometers to get here, not too bad. Alright, we'll drink this tea and then we'll get into our bivvy. So we're in the bivvy now, gonna go to sleep, gonna leave the fire burning behind us and maybe throw in a couple extra logs in the middle of the night. It's gonna help keep us warm. So, gonna go to sleep and we'll see you in the morning. Good night. Oh. Good morning. A little bit chilly this morning. Ooh, and a lot of condensation on the bivvy. So good thing we brought this and didn't just cowboy camp in our sleeping bag. It's a really nice morning. It's about 8:30 right now, so slept for quite a long time, like a good 8 or 9 hours. A couple of animals were scurrying around my head around the fire pit last night, so woke me up a few times. That's okay. Okay. Let's get out of the bivvy, get our bush buddy started, and make some breakfast. I think we're gonna go with True North Blend. We're in Canada. Okay, so, and for breakfast to go with that, we have 2 eggs. We have our bacon bits from yesterday still, so bacon and naan. So we'll fry that all up in the pan and have some breakfast. there we go. Scrambled eggs with bacon and naan. Start off with a little bit of True North blend. You can never really go wrong with Starbucks coffee, huh? And we have our bacon and eggs with our naan. Let's get a bit of bacon and eggs on that naan. That's good. Alright, we'll have our breakfast, and then we'll show you how we pack up our bivy. So first thing to do is take out the bar from the head here. Take this out. Put it in my bag. And the rest of the bivy, because it's just an overnight trip and I'm going to take these things to dry when I get home anyways, just going to take it, take off the condensation, roll it up. Just have to let the air out of the sleeping pad while you roll. And that's it. This is the bivy, sleeping bag, sleeping mat, and some clothes inside. So just going to take this, shove it into the bottom of my bag, and we'll sort it out when we get home. So let's just put the rest of our stuff in and we can get out on the water. I didn't end up burning all the firewood last night, so I'm going to leave a pile here for the next group. Should be enough to get them through one night. So it's going to put this tree bark on top of it to keep it dry-ish. Okay, let's go. It's 10:10 right now, so going to be heading back into the Tim River. Hopefully we'll be back at the car early afternoon. So into the Tim River we go. And up ahead we start to see beaver dams. So hard part begins. $120 meters. Tim River to Tim Lake. Alright, here we go. We made it. So let's quickly do this put in because there's people coming right behind me. So let's clear the portage. Just paddling back across Tim Lake right now, and there's an island right in the middle that you have to go around. So I camped at that island in the spring 2 years ago, and yeah, not recommended. There was moose poo everywhere. Tent pads, moose poo. Fire pit, moose poo. Going for a bear hang, moose poo. Canoe landing area, moose poo. Thunderbox, moose poo. I think you get the idea. Moose poo everywhere. So just finished paddling across Tim Lake and we are heading back to the car now. The Tim River was a really nice river to paddle and the weather was amazing. We did a little bit of camping, did some stargazing last night, and the clear skies was really nice. Stars everywhere. So going to end the video here and we'll see you in the next one.